Hi and welcome back to another Data Hub training video. In this video we are going to be covering the group by and order by arguments of the Google Sheet formulas. So I have already started out, I've got a formula here, SL Amazon Traffic Group By. I'm using the default venue selector, and then for the date range I'm using last 90 days. And then I've got columns date, child ASIN, title, sessions, page views, and units ordered, as you can see here. So we're looking at data from February 21st all the way to May 20th, right? So last 90 days. And these arguments you should be already familiar with. And let's just hop over here to group by. So the group by is an extremely powerful argument in the Google Sheet functions. And really what we can do is we can aggregate the data very quickly and effectively. So, and again, there's a drop down here which kind of walks you through kind of what that's for, like a group by function in SQL. Basically, what you put here, we're going to show data in one line based upon what we input here. So, as an example, I'm going to put by week. I want to group this data by week. I'm showing data on a daily basis, of course, over the last 90 days. And if I put week in here, I'm only going to get one line per week, right? So I'm looking at the sessions, page views, and units ordered on the week that started with February 26th, and so on and so forth. I could put by month here, and it should aggregate that as well, right? So it's showing me the February data from February 21st to the end, as well as March, April, and what we've got for May, right? So very quickly, I can aggregate my data on, looking at one line of data per ASIN, per month, per day, per year, depending on the time range. A very effective argument in terms of finding the data that you want to, right? So we'll come back to what we had originally. Now that covers the group by. Now let's say we want to look at order by. Order by is just going to determine what comes first in this line of data. So let's say I want to view the most effective days in terms of units sold. I want to look at units sold, the days where I sold the most. So maybe I'll put units sold descending, or just DESC. Oh, and let me make sure I put units ordered. I put the wrong thing. Units ordered, common error here. Perfect. So now I'm looking at the data with units ordered descending. So you'll notice I have the day with the highest units ordered, and it just goes down, right? So really quickly, I can see what days were most effective in terms of units sold. I could do that for sessions, page views, anything. If I want, I could look at the worst days. I could put ascending. And I'm going to see the days where I only sold one, right? All the way down. So I'm looking at the same data, but just in a different format. And just to demonstrate that again, let's say I want to look at sessions descending. I can do that as well. Right? So I'm looking at the days with the most sessions all the way down. And so between the group by, the order by functions, you can really see data that you want to. Now let's say I want to look at both of these. Maybe I want to group by week, and I want to look at sessions descending. I can do that as well. I'm just going to have less rows, but same deal. So I can use all of these arguments in tandem. And just for the sake of an example and finishing out kind of this part of the series, I could also use a criterion to filter my data. Let's say I wanted to look at data, on a weekly basis. I want to look at, sessions descending, and maybe I only want to look at columns where sessions are greater than 2,500, or I only want to look at rows with data where sessions is over 2,500. I can do that as well. So I can use all of these arguments in these formulas to pull in the data that I want to, making them very versatile and very customizable in terms of the data that you want to pull in and you want to see in your reports. So that finishes out this section of Data Hub training. If you have any questions, let us know and we'll catch you in the next video.